I got emotional buying socks and underwear. You're probably quite confused by that statement. You've probably never heard of anyone having that sort of experience. However, this morning whilst playing on the nnev SMP with you guys on stream, I decided to share this story as to why. I do believe that there is a good moral of the story, and I just thought I'd like to share it with you guys. And I know you're probably thinking, well, that doesn't really make any sense. Why would anyone be getting emotional whilst buying socks and underwear? Well, I'm someone who never really has had much of that. I've never really been someone who goes and buys all that sort of stuff to begin with. By the way, we're also just on the nnev SMP. There's our Tower of Nevron. We got Gangster Town behind us. Let me fly around real quick. Got the battle bar right here. I'm someone who always, like, my stock, my supply of jocks and underwear always, and socks, sorry, not jocks and socks, always runs out. It diminishes over a couple months. But I always just get it refilled, but I never really gave much thought of to how that actually happened. And yeah, yesterday when I was actually basically was with my girlfriend, I'm like, okay, I need to go get some. So I'm like, let's go get some, right? So I went to Walmart to go and pick some up, and basically, not Walmart, I went to Kmart to go and buy some. And as I was in there and I was shopping it for myself, I realized the reason I'd actually run out for the first time in my entire life is because my grandma is no longer alive. And she passed away from motor neurons disease at the start of this year. But something I always did, and I sort of took, you know, I took for, what's it called? I took for advantage. Something I always took for advantage was that, you know, every time I'd go back from uni over the last 4 years and in high school, my grandma would always go and get me socks and underwear, and that's something that she would always do. And I know I'd never say to grandma, "Oh, grandma, I need more. Can you go get me more?" It never went like that. It was sort of just like I would come home and she would just on my bed, she would have a whole bunch of new socks and underwear. And so my grandma passed away. She passed away at the start of the year in January. But yesterday, I didn't actually have that realization of like what she was doing for me until I went and did it for myself. And I know it sounds stupid, right? Like, holy damn, grown-ass man can't even go get his own socks and underwear. Like, it's not particularly, you know, that impressive. But I guess in, like, you know, after someone passes away, there's always like a part or a moment when you actually realize, like, oh wow, like they're gone. And for me, like, my grandma lives with my family back home, but I don't live with them anymore, so I don't get to see that she's not there. It's only when I go back that I realize she's actually not there, and that's only been once since she's passed away. So the fact that now I had to actually go and get my own socks and underwear made me realize, oh wait, she is no longer in this realm. It sort of made me think, and I started to think, what other small acts of kindness am I completely unaware of? Not even necessarily ignoring, but just unaware of in my day-to-day life. Because I bet there would be so many, like just so many. And I'd say I try to be a very grateful person most of the time. Like, I try to practice gratitude on a day-to-day basis. But I was just thinking, there might be more things in my life which I'm completely unaware of that I need to, you know, start actually paying more attention to. And that sort of comes down to like appreciation of even beauty and excellence tied in with gratitude, you know, like, are you actually appreciating the small things done for you in your life? And yeah, man, as I was buying these socks and undies, even like the price of it financially, like my grandma never had a whole lot of money, but she would still always do that. She's got a bunch of other grandkids that she also does the same thing for too. So kind of insane to think, I don't know, my whole like South 7 years, and I would thank her. Like, it's not like I wouldn't thank her or anything for it, but man, you really don't, you do, yeah, it just kind of sucks, you know, like you really, like, as cliche as it sounds, you don't, I don't know, like, sometimes when things are just you're going through life, you can just take stuff at face value, I guess. And same with people that are in your life. And like, I love my grandma, and she knew I loved her, and she loved me a lot as well, clearly. But man, you really, I really should have, you know, put more effort in to say thanks. And I sort of just want to make this video because I know for a fact that, you know, everyone's here on this planet, and I feel like everyone does at least have someone in their life, hopefully, doing kind things for them, on small acts of kindness. But I also wanted to make this video to raise awareness too. Dude, go and get your mate that coffee. Go, you know, buy your mate socks even, dude. Honestly, if one of my mates put up with a bunch of socks and jocks, like, oh, here you go, bro. Like, I got this for you, mate. That'd be freaking dope as hell. Like, that'd be so dope. When my grandma used to do it for me, it was tough as well. But yeah, man, it's just super strange. But I just wanted to bring that up whilst, you know, walking around in the nnev SMP, streaming it this morning. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It was also strange as well because when my girlfriend was the one who pressed me to go get more socks and jocks, right? She's like, go get some, like you need some. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm a chud. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. And then I think as well, like subconsciously, I reckon there was probably a part of me that honestly might have been, you know, skeptical to go and actually do that. And maybe that was because, you know, I'd never really done it before, and maybe in the back of my mind I was actually really aware about it. But yeah, man. But yeah, man, even when she had motor neurons disease, it's crippling disease, basically your whole body starts to shut down, she was still making sure that someone was getting me socks and jocks. When she couldn't even move her body, I kid you not, she's sitting there all day, she's paralyzed, completely paralyzed. She would literally make sure that someone went and got me some. I think twice in the duration that, you know, she was dying of that. But it's just, man, it really just is crazy. And she's done much nicer things even for me. Like, she literally gave me her entire car when she passed away, before she passed away. She didn't tell me it because she couldn't actually speak, but she told my mum to tell me, and that was something special. So this woman is not just someone who was just kind and generous on small things and little things. No, she was very generous with everything that she had. All their time, she would go to anyone's house, she would cook for people, she would clean for people, she would do everything for people. And when she got motor neurons disease, the fact that all that was taken away from her, she couldn't even move her body, and then she had to step down and let people start serving her. That was a big thing for her. But that's sort of the character that she was. She was very, 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 very loving and very kind. But yeah, man, I don't know. We just wanted to share a little campfire story as to why I got emotional buying socks and jocks yesterday. Pretty short little snippet. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like, that's basically all there was to the story. The moral of the story is, make sure you appreciate the people around you in your life. And even the people in this server right now, thank you all for playing. It is so dope to know that we just have 19 people online, hanging out with people in chat that can't play as well. It is actually truly a blessing. I do love every single one of you guys. Everyone watching this video on YouTube, I love you too. Hopefully we can hang out live sometime as well. But yeah, man, hard to not even get emotional about it now, but I promised myself a little while ago I'll try and not get as emotional on videos as I have in the past. You know, I was already got emotional about it yesterday, so we sort of, you know, felt those feelings already. We don't necessarily need to dive right into them again. But yeah, man, super dope. Love hanging out with you guys, and appreciate everyone in your life whilst they're here, man, because you never know what can happen. And in the famous words of my grandma, do what you can today because you do not know what tomorrow will bring. And my grandma was doing everything she could every day, and sadly the next day, one day, it brought motor neurons disease, and that basically took her until the rest of her life. And yeah, I love you guys. I hope you love yourselves. Jesus loves you too, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.
Master Chief here, coming at you live for the mother frickin' intermission. Comment of the day.